Hello and welcome to the Animenial podcast with me, Slightly Brongus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This nigga hotkeyed that to his...
Yeah! I hotkeyed it!
I've never heard that before.
Oh my
hell.
god, the stupidest thing I've ever done of all time. Anyway, I am Slightly Brongus, and this is a new podcast called Animenial, where I talk about an anime every week with a guest, and we don't stay on track is essentially how this is going to work. With me today is my good friend Louis. You can find him on Twitter at KingRui_yo.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, man, what's going on?
I'm good.
Oh, baby. Oh. Alright, so today is the anime of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Disgusting.
But before we get to that, I have a very small story. Just something funny that happened recently to me. It has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. I just thought it was amusing. Yesterday, I was in a Discord and I was talking with Brother Callum and other people, and we had just discovered the sex and sensuality section on Amazon. I didn't know this was a thing until yesterday.
Oh boy, I know where I'm going right now. Holy shit.
So basically what happened, right, is that I was looking at the sex and sensuality section.
Student. Oh my god.
And I saw that you could get a subscription order of condoms.
Oh,
and I was like,
yes.
it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, how fucking confident in yourself do you need to be to get a subscription of condoms? And then Callum was just like, you do realize there are people who are in loving relationships who could use condoms regularly. I am so lonely.
Such a retard.
They
also expire.
I forgot that relationships happen. I forgot that was a thing.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Fucking.
Anyway,
oh my god.
So that sets the tone. Anything going on with you? Anything?
Well, for once, my penis hasn't broke.
That's incredible.
I know.
The fact that your penis hasn't broken
yet. Well, I say doing all right. I've got several creams for it, but it's not fallen off yet. So other than that,
for those inexperienced with Louis' penis, it's fucking broken all the time.
Oh my god. It only works during the month of October because of how much it relates to Frankenstein. Like, it by all means, it shouldn't exist. But it's going strong, my boy. Hey!
Hey! Oh,
hey, bada bing! Hey! Oh!
Alright, let's talk about some motherfucking JoJo's. So, you're in a club. You're with your girl.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in a club.
Yes.
You're with your girl. Koichi from like episode 1 of part 4 walks up and slaps her on the ass. What the fuck do you do?
Look down and try and find him. And see if he is drawn consistently.
Well, it's episode 1, so that's a hot no.
I look down, see his toes, look up, see his forehead, and then fucking... Oh my god. Koichi is not drawn correctly in any medium. Like, Araki's... He's been drawing art for 30 years now. On the front cover of Ultra Jump, he still can't draw... He can't even draw Josuke right. He's drawn part 4 Josuke like a character from part 8. He's dumb. He doesn't fucking remember anything. Oh my god. Oh yeah, speaking of fucking the anime of JoJo's no Kimio's Bizarre Adventure, I have a friend called Thor, and he my nigga loves Persona, and he didn't know about stands and shit. So I had to real quick ruin his life and tell him Persona 4 is bullshit, and it's all based off JoJo, and he didn't believe me, and so I kept like. Because I have hardcore autism, it's very hard for me not to talk about JoJo non-stop. So I was playing some fighting games with him. So, I snuck in All-Star Battle. We turned it off immediately because the frame rate's fucked. Seriously, that game was made for, like, when the stands aren't there. Because the moment the stands pop into frame, the frame rate shits itself. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, and we're playing the Dreamcast version of the Voyage to the Future, whatever the fuck it's called, some gay shit.
The JoJo fighting game.
Yeah. The Capcom one. And we're going through it, playing it, yeah. Nigga clicks on Dio, real quick, reset this fucking system. Like, oh, sorry mate, you can't play that bit yet. And then, so we're playing it, and then I get to, the guy with the puppet. I'm terrible with part 3 names.
Devo?
That's it, Devo. So I click on him, and then I'm standing there, and then like the puppet comes on, and he's like, and he looks at me and goes, "Oh, is that a stand?" And I'm like, "Yeah, nigga. Is that puppet a stand?" "Yeah." "I want to borrow that DVD." my boy borrowed the DVD. He then returned to me.
What is it about a puppet that made him like, now I need to watch this shit? Now that a puppet is a stand, I'm fucking down with the sickness.
Fucking no clue. It's Devo. He gets killed in like the first fucking 8. Oh my god. Devo's so shit. I can't even figure out how his fucking stand works. Like,
I legit forgot about him in part 3.
I don't, because his stand, like, does he die? Does he die when he gets stabbed in the fucking eye? Or is it just, does all the damage go to the puppet and then he's fine? I don't know. It's dumb. It's bad stand. Never explained.
Are you telling me that stands are inconsistent? Is this
yes.
Never before heard information?
Oh my god, he's done some fucking... You fucking nigger haven't finished part 7 yet.
Yeah, I know.
There's some gay shit. There's some gay shit in part 7 that just changes everything. And it's just like a little like... He writes like a little like 0.5 of a chapter like, oh, here's how stands work if you haven't read JoJo before, ha ha ha. You know, they can come in different types, different users. There's territory stands, there's squad stands, you know, the Chigachi one. There's all this shit. And then he just drops a bomb in like a sentence. I'm not going to say it because like they'll just ruin it. But like, and then I was reading it and I was like, sorry, what? Huh? And then later, like, I didn't even think that it came up later on, but then I had it explained to me that it, oh my god, some dumb shit. But yeah, let me real quick finish the fucking Devo story. Yeah, my nigga borrows the DVD and returns it the next day. Apparently his CD drive tried to boot the JoJo disc as the OS. So it's not even like a good part. It's just like part 1. Sorry to offend all the part 1 niggas, but come on.
I actually have a deep soft spot for part 1.
I have a deep soft spot for my nigga Jonathan, but part 1 can fucking suck me off. It's not good.
There are definitely bits about part 1 which I don't like the kid. Why? Why was there the kid?
I like that he's got a thick ass. I love that that's like his defining character trait, is that he cries, pisses himself, he's got a thick ass, and then gets Zeppeli killed. I love it. It's my fucking favourite thing. Also, spoiler cast. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that at the start. It's going to be spoiling everything from parts 1 to 4. We're going to spoil as much as we possibly can within the time frame.
Dio! Vampire. Oh.
He was a vampire the whole time. No one knew.
No one even knew even.
No one.
Vanilla Ice. It's gay.
Gay vampire.
Gay vampire. Who'd have guessed? But yeah. And my guy's watching JoJo. He liked part 1 a lot. He thought the tone was a bit dull, but he enjoyed it. Yeah. Really liked part 2. And I'm sitting here with him in my room watching part 3. Yeah. We got to like the what's the fight before justice?
The fight before justice.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, the fight before justice. It wasn't. I don't think it was Rubber Soul. It may have been Rubber Soul.
Oh, God.
No, it was the episode where Avril dies the first time. You know, where he gets like his head, his scalp removed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just turns to me while Hangman's getting like cut the fuck up by Polnareff and goes, "This part isn't very good." I'm like, I was like, oh no, how did I break the magic? Because everyone, the first time they watch part 3, like, most other than like your nigger brother Callum, Yeah. Fucking pink Luigi ass faggot. Everyone loves part 3, then you watch it again and you're like, oh no, it's bad.
Yeah, you watch part 3 and you're like, it's pure magic. You're like, this is incredible. And then you really reflect on it, and it's just like, what?
None of that could have happened. It could have just gone from, let's go to Egypt, and they could have appeared in Egypt and everything would have been fine. Like, there was no need. There was no plot progression. JoJo didn't learn anything.
There was zero
other than Star fucking Finger. Other than that.
There was absolutely zero narrative in part 3 until, like, the last, 4 episodes.
Good fucking lord. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, I also love that, here's a sneaky little fact for all you non-autists out there. So basically, Dio's
I can assure you that will be no one watching. That will be absolutely 0 people watching.
Implying anyone's gonna watch a podcast.
That
it's audio, you faggot.
I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, cunt.
Fuck you.
Anyway.
Fuck you. Dio's original stand was a copying stand. And he could copy any stand. And the whole thing was that he could copy, Joseph. So at the beginning, the reason why he has Hermit Purple is because he's just copying Joseph's stand. Which is really funny because he uses it better than Joseph. So Joseph's just a retard. And that's why when Dio's walking down the hallway and all of the candles, get lit.
Yeah.
That was Magician's Red. That was him copying the abilities. Yeah, exactly. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But then Araki was like, this is gay. There's no fucking way anyone could beat this. So he just made it time pause. But then he removed the whole part where Jotaro would have found out his time pause, which is still bad. It's still an idiot way of figuring out which is Dio keeps stopping time and Jotaro's like, we haven't met anyone who can do that yet. I must be able to do that, and then does it. What the fuck? But yeah, so that was how that was supposed to work. I can't remember where I was going with that, but
I think that was just a random factoid.
Random facts with Rui.
Although, speaking of part 1, who is a better kisser, Jonathan or Dio?
Bro.
Because I think this is a harder question than what it may seem at face value.
I think. Oh, actually though, because I would just bypass the whole kissing question and go straight to head, because I'm almost certain. Yeah, you know that the phenomenon. Yeah, the myth that if you put ice in your mouth and blow someone, it's supposed to feel really good for them. Don't know why you would blow someone.
Really?
Yeah, apparently, because you get the
I've
warm
never
and the
heard
hot.
this.
I heard it in Scrubs, so I'm not sure if it's a fully fledged thing that people do. Because I was 8 when I watched it, but hey, leave me alone. Scrubs is fucking old. No, but then also Jonathan's got ham on. He can give you that ham on tongue.
Right.
That ham on tongue, yeah. What if he Zoom Punch where he unlocks his arm? What if he just unlocks his jaw? And just gives you the most deep throat you could ever have.
Oh my god!
And then uses his bulging neck. Jonathan wins.
Yeah, Jonathan wins. Jonathan has easily the. Oh, hang on. The fuck? Okay. That was stupid. Yeah, Jonathan easily has the. The hum-on deep throat would be the best. The best, ability throughout the entirety of JoJo's.
It literally, it would. I think it would defeat. It could beat Bites the Dust.
Yeah,
quite easily.
Yeah.
You know when Superman flies around the Earth and sets time back, yeah?
Yeah.
Jonathan could just find a tree and start blowing it. And it would just reverse time with the power of this nature shit.
Well, you were saying about the ice cube. Why did you say about the ice cube?
Because Dio can freeze parts of himself, can't he? He can stop. He can stop the blood flow, immediately cutting off the blood. But then, what also I'm thinking is, Dio can do the same shit. Dio has ultimate control over his body.
Yeah.
So I think the real question is who's better at anal, and I think it would be Dio.
Yeah, Dio.
Nigga
definitely
could pulsate his asshole around your dick.
Exactly. So.
No homo, guys. No homo.
Yeah, there's absolutely not homosexual.
No homosexual.
This isn't even close to being homosexual.
However,
this is just theorizing.
I would totally fuck Speedwagon homosexually. I know it's a dead meme, but we'd all do it. Come on now.
It doesn't matter how dead of a meme it is.
Seriously. Like, I went into a CD shop here. They had REO Speedbike. I got weak at the knees. I fell over. There was cum seeping out of my trousers. I couldn't do anything. But like,
they had to drag you out of the store.
They had to drag me out. And they gave me like the
You're not allowed to go back.
Actually, I am. They gave me a card that said it basically it prevents me from going near that aisle, and they like hide it for me under like a velvet sheet. It's really nice. But yeah, I fucking goddamn I've been reading part 1 in the manga as well.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking bad. And I don't know why anyone read it. like apparently people in Japan revere it. Because earlier today I was looking up like, what is Japan's favourite part, hoping to get biased towards part 6. Obviously there was none. No one likes it. It's just me. Like, but they revere part 1 as a classic. It's about as classic as my fucking ass hair. It's not fucking good. It's just Fist of the North Star, but with more shit. Like, even Araki has reread it and gone, "This is bad. Why are you reading this?" Fucking idiot.
Araki's reading it. It's like, who the fuck wrote this shit?
he literally said, like, "Did I write this?" It's like,
considering how fucking
forgetful.
Nutcase. Considering how fucking forgetful Araki did, I'm not surprised he forgot about entire fucking... Especially if it didn't even have stands. I'm not surprised at all that he just completely forgot that he wrote entire parts.
What do you mean it didn't have stands? Niggas forgotten stand abilities left, right, and centre.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's already forgetting shit that does have stands. So if you take stands out of the equation, he's already going to forget the whole fucking lot.
What's the name of the series again? What the fuck? Bobo! One Piece?
He's trying to write a new part. He's trying to write a new part, and he's like, fuck, how does stands get introduced again? Who the fuck is Dio? What the fuck?
Arrows. I like this blonde idea, though. I'm gonna... Bowie. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Bowie.
The reason why he needs to re-explain Dio in later parts is because he is actually just refreshing his own mind.
Yeah. Well, in part 6 Dio, like... Fucking, I'm not going to say anything, but it's just really funny because he's there in flashbacks and he's drawn differently and he's got a different body type and it's just not Dio. Like, he's way chiller. It's like he learnt off the things that happened in part 3, despite the fact it takes place before part 3 and he was still a massive faggot. It doesn't make any sense. JoJo is a fucking mess and gosh diddly dang love it.
So is part 2 your favourite anime part?
Kind of. Like, I think it's the best made, other than Caesar. Caesar's a faggot. Good. I'm glad he died. But
oh dear.
He's literally, tell me one defining character trait he had that wasn't also Joseph's character trait.
He was Italian.
Oh my goodness gracious, you beat my whole straw man. How could you? He was spaghetti man. He ate the meat.
Spaghetti boy. He ate the spaghetti.
Meatballs. Just the final fight, and then like he screams like, "My last time on for you, Joseph," and he makes a meatball and it just floating around in the air.
Seals all his time on within a calzone.
And Joseph's like, "Caesar!" Oh.
The only reason Wamu didn't destroy it is he's just like, is that, what the fuck, what is that? Oh, he just left. He was like, I don't even want to ask.
Fucking Italians. fucking flies away, turns invisible and fucks off. Remember when Wamu could do that and just go invisible? And just, I fucking hate that. It's the dumbest shit. It's like, the Pillarmen's one weakness is the sun. Also, they can bypass it by going invisible, which somehow makes the sun invisible to them.
Which somehow Wamu only really wants to do once.
Yeah, that's the main thing about JoJo.
Is that
people
Araki...
just forget to use the shit that he set up and
Araki's
made a
like,
big
oh, this
thing
would be
about.
so sick. This would be so sick if we could make Bruno lying through licking, and then everyone's like, that's pretty interesting way for a character to be, and then it just doesn't happen. And it's like, why? Why?
The only consistent stand ability in all of JoJo is Stone Free, because it's literally just string.
Yeah.
It is the simplest shit. It is the only one he doesn't fuck up, and everyone hates it because it's string. It's the only... Everyone... It turns out everyone reads JoJo for the inconsistency. I didn't know this. I thought it was a byproduct of enjoying JoJo, rather than the fucking... see, think about what Dragon Ball is. Goku always goes Super Saiyan, and his abilities are always the same. Like, what the fuck? Why can he not go invisible? What? Why can he not take the armor off and go really fast?
The air. Why can't Goku punch the air around him to displace light to make himself go invisible? That's what Araki would do if he was writing Dragon Ball.
Why can't Goku turn people into snails?
Oh, we're going into the manga way more than I originally anticipated.
But see, we're not spoiling anything because...
We're not spoiling anything, necessarily.
Because it's JoJo, we can say anything about any of these parts. And as long as we don't tell you the context, you won't know till it happens. In some cases, till even after it's happened.
And you'll just assume that it's happened before, but you just forgot.
Literally. I'm pretty sure that's how Araki's writing process goes. Like, did I do that thing where, like, I set the character up? No, okay. Fuck. I really wish I hadn't already finished the part. Like, oh my god. Like, back to, like, him forgetting stand abilities. My favourite, like, song ever made is September by Earth, Wind and Fire. Best shit, best song. Yeah? Mikitaka, one of my favourite characters in Part 4, his second stand ability, it's called Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
Araki totally forgot his existence and renamed a stand later on in Part 6, Earth, Wind and Fire. Yeah?
Yeah.
This was in the original release. People sent letters in saying, Araki, what the fuck? So that version of the manga is only in the Shonen Jump, but that issue of Part 6 was in.
Really?
Yeah, because in all the tankobons, it says Planet Waves, which is the name of the stand.
Oh!
Yeah, but it was called Earth, Wind and Fire, but it was written in different hiragana, so that it meant like a more menacing version of Earth, Wind... Fucking stupid. Fucking dumb. But I don't mind, because it's my favourite... Two of my favourite fucking stands from JoJo. Or abilities, because Earth, Wind and Fire isn't really an ability. But it isn't really a stand, it's just like turning into shoes. Like... God! What a guy! Fucking Mikitaka.
God, I fucking love Rohan.
Oh my god, you're a cunt. Rohan's a piece of shit.
And the OVA was also great.
The OVA was very okay. They didn't need to animate that. They could have
they absolutely did not. I would have been happier if they had literally just like
not done
it. If they had done a sketch for what the next anime series might possibly look like, I would have been happier.
Well, it turns apparently again rumors. So if you don't like me being wrong, just stop listening now because I'm gonna do that forever. That like Part 5's dependency is on the Blu-ray sales of JoJo, which is a bit retarded because like they get so much money from merch. So I guess they must have struck a really shit deal with Shueisha. Yeah. Because like JoJo is the most merchandisable thing on the fucking planet. If something exists in JoJo, you can buy it.
Right.
Like you can buy a stamp of the fucking bouncy rock from Part 4. Who the fuck? Why the fuck? I don't know. It exists. I really want it. It's in my eBay wishlist. But I fucking
actually.
Yes. They also have one of Angelo as well.
Right.
Also, I bought a Mikitaka like clothing thing. I don't know what it is, but it says clothing clip. So I think you put it on your clothes or whatever, and it's supposed to be the little UFO ship he wears on his clothes.
Right.
So like I ordered it 2 weeks after getting into uni, college for you America faggots, and fucking I ordered it and I was like, where the fuck is it? It's been like 8 years, and I put the wrong postcode down, and I was like, oh fuck. So it's gone to. Everything else is for my uni, but it's the wrong postcode. So fuck knows where it is. So I'm just hoping that it says like return to sender on it, and it gets sent back to Japan, And then the guy can send it back to me. I emailed him saying, like, the item hasn't arrived. It's not at all your fault. I'm really sorry. I'm still giving you a really high review. Just like, oh my god, if it gets back to you, please send it back. I'm really sorry. And he sort of replied back in perfect English, like, it hasn't arrived yet, but I'll get it to you. And I was like,
oh my
nigga,
god, what a
my
gangster.
nigga.
What a guy.
Fucking...
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Absolute
what a fucking
legend.
legend. But then again, every other seller, when I put down the wrong postcode, said, this is wrong. Even the Japanese people, like, Googled the address and were like, what the fuck? This doesn't match up at all. So that guy, he failed in that regard, but he's still a gangster, so it's okay. But, yeah. Good lord. JoJo's just fucking ruined my life.
That's, that website that you recommended me to get the, Rohan headband. Yeah,
Japan,
that was
yeah.
actually a sick website. They have great customer service.
It's just one chick.
Yeah, and she's
nuts.
fucking sick at her job.
Yeah, she's really fucking good. She's really nice as well.
Yeah,
She's really, really
it's
polite.
amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
Who would have guessed a polite Japanese person? What the fuck? It's like
Who
anime's
has-
ruined
who
my
has heard of that?
interpretation of the Japanese culture.
I thought they all had stands. Fuck me.
I thought they all had stands and said, give me a break every fucking time they needed a one-liner. One cute thing is she sends her shit, when she sends it to you, it comes with, like, because she has, like, a dog and a cat on, like, her front page. It comes in the package, like, the boxes she orders the food in. So it's got little paw prints up and down it from the cat food. It's really cute. Yeah, I've got a banging Josuke scarf. And I got my girlfriend a Raimi choker.
That's sick.
And it looks fucking brilliant on her. But because it's so, like... Also, the fucking chain broke. The chain, like,
Really?
it was just loose. We just need to put it back.
Was it? Yeah, is it like
It's really high quality, though.
one?
Like, it wasn't...
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like, it was, like, 20 quid, I think. But, like, for JoJo from Japan, like, it's not that deep. But, yeah, she would wear it more, but, like, she's just, like, fucking... she doesn't want to break it, so it's essentially just an ornament now, which is really fucking frustrating.
I was actually really surprised at, like, just look. I wasn't really aware of just the sheer volume of just quality JoJo merch that they brought out in that, like, just like wave of merchandise.
Yeah,
There's so much shit there. It's so good.
Speedwagon boxes.
Yeah, like I
hat,
didn't even fucking. I didn't even come
shirt.
close to imagining that. Like, there's a bunch of, like, Speedwagon shit. Which,
in case you want to
quite
cosplay
interesting.
Akira from his last appearance in the fucking anime. The fuck? Oh, in the manga. Like, what the who? Who is doing that? And whose favourite character is Akira? No one.
Who's Akira?
It's fucking Red Hot Chili Pepper.
Oh, right. Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly. See, my autism just disappears for part 3 because I can't be fucked.
There is a lot of stands and stand users, and not of all of them are very good.
I like a whole 3 of them. I like
Which
Steely
three are
Dan.
those? Yeah,
I
Steely
like
Dan's-
Rubber Soul, and I like. Oh fuck! What's his name? That one.
Wait. Oh, was that Yellow Temperance?
Yeah, Yellow Temperance.
Yeah.
The Yellow Temperance isn't Irene.
Oh.
Yellow Temperance is Rubber Soul.
Oh, sick. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I got it.
God, the Yellow Temperance fight is so fucking good. Do you understand?
Do you understand?
Do you understand?
I fucking love any kind of English in the JoJo subs. Because it's always fantastic. I mean, people always go on about, like, oh my god memes with
But
Joseph.
there's so many better than that.
There's so many, there's so many
Oh
better ones.
my shit! Call out to Rice Pirate's shitty t-shirt design that thank God he changed. Also, shout out to Rice Pirate to being a gangster that needs to learn how to take criticism.
Trying to cover your shit slightly there before throwing it in the trash again.
I can't help it. If you're gonna be a bitch to me,
I'm not gonna
online,
lie.
be a bitch.
That's that second time you were criticizing that JoJo art. I was actually ready to come in with the swift response if he tried to shut that down again.
Yeah.
I was ready to throw hands.
Oh yeah, we probably
So
need to
he
like
didn't.
explain this. So basically, Rice Pirate Mick is, like I like the guy. I love the guy a lot. He makes good cartoons. He's a really good voice actor. He started doing a lot of JoJo shit, and like he's doing the Part 3 art style, which is like, it's like copying the sketch of someone, because Part 8 is the finished art style. It's like it's what JoJo looks like. It might change again, but like Part 3 is like unfinished by today's standards. It's bad, and he keeps copying it. So like copying it to do other stuff in it. And like he did a drawing, and I was like, "Fix it," and he was like, "I think it looks good actually." And I was like, "What the fuck?" That wasn't the question. The question was the demand even was, "Fix your shit, nigga." It doesn't look good. It wasn't a conversation. It was a criticism. I'm like, can you imagine if someone if someone was like, this podcast was really bad. There was no structure, and Louis was awful. And you were like, yeah, I liked it though. So it's like, no, you have to listen to it. Like,
Yeah.
And then he did it again, and it was like, yeah, he made a T-shirt design of 3 different Josephs, and it said, "Oh my shit." I got what he was going for, but he made it a sentence of "oh my shit." And I said,
Which doesn't work at all.
It doesn't work. But what I said was, you could either, like, if you changed it to like a hard line, "oh, hard line my," and then hard line shit, it would look like it was 3 different times he said something cut up into like a cool shirt design. That looks fine. But he was adamant that "oh my shit" sounded good, and like it's not a reference to anything.
Not only is it not referenced, not only does it not make any goddamn sense, but also it wouldn't sell as a T-shirt because people don't like buying swear words on their clothing. So if he sold it, it wouldn't do well anyway.
It's like selling a JoJo T-shirt that says "yada yada, do you understand?"
Dale, understand.
Yada understand. Yari yari, oh my wash understand. Wrong. Not even from the right guy. I wouldn't put it past him. Just kidding. He's good. But yeah, that was it. The first one was that he did a character design, and the third one he did a character design that looks just like Poochie, and everyone said it looks just like Poochie. And rather than say, "Okay, I need to change the design," like okay, like if everyone's gonna say that, I obviously haven't done as well as I thought I had. Nigga just said, "I think it looks different enough to look from Poochie," because it was literally
just Poochie.
It was Poochie without the star designs in his hair. It was a worse designed Poochie. How do you defend that? Like, we're all faggots. So our friend at Mokachi on Twitter did us a JoJo D&D that we did in Japan. It was radical. And I designed everyone's stands. I'm great. They were all good. But apart from my one was just Kiss. No way around it. I just copied Kiss. And I got that from the get-go. And whenever someone said, like, it looks like Kiss, and I was like, yes, I know, I love Kiss. Like, if Mick had been like, if someone had said it looks like Poochie, and Mick was like, I know, I didn't get enough Poochie the first time round. I need more. Perfectly fine. Okay, he just loves Poochie. But
I can rock with that. If he was just like, fuck it, I like Poochie.
Totally fucking... Oh, no. Oh, my God. It's just not right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like... I was trying to remember what Rohan says in Japanese, but I'm not autistic. Oh, my God.
What I refuse?
Yeah.
Daga kotowaru.
That's it, Daga kotowaru. Daga kotowaru. Also, calling you out, Fugo does a better I refuse in
Part
5. Yeah, he does.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, it's in the Man in the Mirror fight.
Ah, shit. I haven't read Part 5 in a hot minute, so I need to go back and do
Neither have I. I have all the Fugo chapters saved, and I just use them as reaction images. I cut them up in different ways, because Fugo has some comedy faces for the 8 chapters he's in. Yeah. Fucking hell. Not good. Did not like the way he responded to criticism. let me just plug my shit. If you see my art on Twitter and you hate it, tell me. I'll fix it. I don't want to let you down.
Daddy.
Papa.
Father.
Padre.
So, part 4, right?
Oh, God. What a fucking... That part is objectively terrible, and it's great. I love it. It's fucking fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it, even though everything is wrong with it.
What's wrong with it, though? Go on.
What's wrong?
Bring it all out.
The pacing.
Yeah, the pacing's pretty
It has
fucked, isn't
the
it?
pacing of a fucking geriatric old man having a heart attack. The heart rate of that old man is the pacing of part 4. Like, there's a serial killer. Killed him. Nothing happens. Oh no, there's another one. That's a better one. Oh, he's gone now. He's back, bites the dust. And then, oh, goodbye, Golden Heart. Goodbye, Mario. Hello, Italy. The fuck? Who? Why?
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's very interesting how... I just don't think... Have we just considered the fact that maybe Iraqi can't really write stories that well?
See, you're saying that without having read part 7, and
True.
like part 7 is fucking spectacular. He does some psycho fucking therapy shit on Johnny throughout the story. Like, Johnny has like trauma from shit because he's like crippled. And he goes through so much. Like, obviously, it's not just I haven't got any legs. It's way more than that. And he goes through a lot of fucking shit, and like, it's really good. And I even think the pacing in part 4 works because it's just supposed to be people living their life, and shit happens. Like, problems occur. Like, that's just part 4. It should have been JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Problems occur rather than Diamond is Unbreakable, because like I also love
Diamond is not Crash.
Oh my god! Please, every time you find Diamond, you find the fucking Diamond no Ching Chong, yeah, in Japanese.
Diamond no Ching Chong.
Look it up and put it in Google Translate. Every single fucking time, it will come up with something different. Diamond is unable to be broke. Diamond uncrashable. Unbroken diamond. It's all of this dumb shit, and it's just like, what? Could they not have chosen something that would better translate into English? Also, all the people that genuinely say diamond is not crash, just die. Like, no one wants you here. No one loves
Honestly,
you.
like that, it doesn't even come close to sounding good.
It doesn't. Like, I get it as a meme, like, Resident Evil sounds dumb. Or, like, Psycho... What's that game that came out? It's called, like, Psycho Killer, whatever the fuck it was called. They changed the name over here to, like...
Right.
It was some horror game that everyone played. Like, it just sounds like... It's like a meme. It's like, oh, Diamond is not crashed. Rather than, like, this is genuinely what it's called. Like... On my fucking Tonio Trussardi statue that I got, it genuinely says Diamond is not Crash. But the moment there was like, it was going to be brought overseas, they looked at it and were like, that's not how the English language works. What have we been doing? And they fixed it. Like, it's just, oh, God, bad. What's your vote for the worst, like, named part?
Oh, the worst named. So there's Phantom Blood,
Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders,
and then Diamond is Unbreakable. I have beef with Battle Tendency, and I have beef with Diamond is Unbreakable, and those are two of my more favoured parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, like, yeah. It's like Battle Tendency is kind of like, that is like the Cheerios of name. It's just like, yeah, they fight. I guess.
Like, again, fights ensue.
Yes, like, this doesn't tell me anything. This doesn't give it any style or flair whatsoever. For like the most stylish part, in my opinion, it has the most just dull name.
People say part 5 is the most stylish part. It's incorrect. Incorrect.
No, it's part 2 is the most stylish part.
Yeah.
Definitely. Then again, I read part 5 without colour. And in Comic Sans.
So did everyone.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
So did everyone, and so did Araki when he was drawing it. Like, there was... the only style that part has is, like, idiot stands and bad writing. Like... but, like... I think Phantom Blood irks me. Because Phantoms don't have blood.
I like Phantom Blood.
It sounds cool, but it's like Phantom Menace. It's just like... It's bad. It's a bad name, objectively. But
I like it because it's like Dio's blood has turned somewhat paranormal.
Oh my god. I guess. But he eats blood. Why not blood tendency? And then like Phantom Battle.
Yeah, no, you lost me on this one.
Because they fight the god people. They fight Santana and AC/DC and Carson of Wamu.
So is Diamond is Unbreakable essentially just a spoiler for part 4, saying that Josuke doesn't fucking die?
And part 3 is a spoiler because they crusade through their stars. and they remember that.
I forgot that bit of part 3 where they get abducted by Russians and thrown into some sort of Soviet space scheme.
But do you remember when they fly? Tell me.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Jotaro and Dio fucking flying.
See, apparently in the manga it's not that bad. Like, I haven't read the manga for part 3 because it's like bad. Like, the art is alright, but it's still like fucked. But like apparently it doesn't look that off. But when looking at Dio, I thought, gosh diddly darn, does that look like Goku going Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
So I did some research on the Dragon Ball wiki.
Right.
And guess what came out? A good couple of months, couple of weeks even, before that fight happened in part 3.
I'm going to guess Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it was Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Araki just copied it. Araki just copied.
Incredible.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan fight, but just role reversed it, and so Goku was the one that was dying. Is bad. It's a bad idea because like Dio's hair literally changes from what it was to some gay spiky shit. Like Araki was trying to draw Goku and couldn't do it properly. Like I have Araki's like how to draw manga for faggots book, and he talks about like which is a terrible like name. They shouldn't have put faggot in the title. No, they shouldn't have.
Very problematic. Very homophobic.
Very homophobic. Won't buy again.
Very ableist towards people who can't fucking read.
Goodbye Funimation. Stop dubbing my manga.
Imagine a Funimation dub of JoJo where Dio is just like, I am a part of the patriarchy and I will destroy you, Jotaro.
You know in the fight against Dark Blue Moon where Jotaro just like touches a child's breast? Jotaro goes, I apologise for offending your sensibilities. And she goes, yes, you oppressed me horrifically. Can we get over it? Yes, if you donate to my Patreon. Like,
oh god, Funimation.
Yeah, apparently in the final fight, it's more them jumping around. But in the anime, like they used the manga as a storyboard in a sense, so they had to have the scenes where Jotaro's in the air in the manga. They had to use that as like a basis. So when he's in the air flying, he should just be like jumping using the power of Star Platinum. But instead, he's just fucking flying around. Like it literally makes no sense. Can you imagine if during part 4, Kira was like, I'm gonna fucking blow up Mario!
Stop flying! Part 4, he just starts fucking flying!
You know when Josuke steals Joseph's wallet? At the end, Jotaro goes, Yari Yari does he, flies over to Joseph, flies over to Josuke, grabs it back and goes,
Imagine, I mean, like, It didn't affect me that much when I originally was watching the part 3 fight at the end.
It got me a little bit.
No, it got me a little bit too, but not too much. Because I was really caught up. I was really caught up in like the magic of the moment, you know.
Yeah.
But imagine being someone who's just like watching through part 3. You know, you're just kind of watching it. You're not that into it. You know, there's no real magic going on, and then you just see Jotaro start fucking flying. He does. It's not even. You can't even like make an argument saying that it's like, oh, it's like this other thing. It just looks like it's flying. No, he literally just is flying in that fight.
Can you imagine? Yeah, if his entire stand development was like a physical based approach, like he can do Starfinger and do really good punches, and then randomly he could just pause time. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how jarring that would be? I fucking couldn't, apparently, because the first time I was watching it, I was screaming my fucking head off. I thought it was fucking fantastic. I was like, JoJo is the best thing ever. He's fucking flying around. He's doing shit. What the fuck? Actually, I think you guys were at my house doing that, weren't you?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it was you and Corin watching fucking... Oh my god. That was some funny shit. But...
Oh god, why were they flying? It's so... It's on like... It is just jarring. It's the most jarring thing. When you really... On an analytical level, when you're watching it, it's just like, wow, he just fucking got up and started levitating. Alright, well...
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks, Araki.
Do we know if part 3 was supposed to be the final part? Because I could totally imagine Araki reading Dragon Ball and being like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. Like, he's so powerful that he can fly now. Like, that makes sense. Like, he's so powerful, he's, like... He has control over how he moves spatially, like in a Z-axis. He can control that. That's hype. But it's the fact that it wasn't the end, and like it's the same shit with like the World and Star Platinum in the same kind of stand. What the fuck? No, they aren't. Like they're both just short range stands. Let alone the Silver Chariot also do that. Like Silver Chariot has not good drastic stand range. Like, Araki was just, like, fucking around. Oh. It's like playing, like, stand rock, paper, scissors. Like, oh, we have an even stronger fight now. Why? Because we both pulled paper. What the fuck?
I think Araki didn't really think it through entirely, but considering parts 4 and part 6, I guess, like... have this constant looming like just like thing of, oh yeah, also Jotaro exists and he has the most powerful stand ever because fucking what?
I really liked it in the manga, just to like there's a panel, like this isn't a spoiler, like to offset the idea that there could be someone stronger than Jotaro. In one of the chapters it just says Star Platinum, like A for everything apart from the stand range, which is C, which is still retarded because it's 5 meters. That's bad.
Yeah.
It says like can pause time for 5 seconds. The strongest stand ability. Like, huh? What the fuck? Who decided that? who sat down?
When did we have? I'm sorry, I missed the contest arc. I missed the contest arc where everyone lined up and we all had a big stand contest to see what was the strongest ability.
Yeah, I forgot that Araki watches X-Force. Like I totally forgot that Araki watches shit tier YouTubers. God. I'm also calling out X-Force, Jack's Films and Game Grumps. There we go. this is how we get big boys.
That was not the combination of YouTubers I was anticipating you would call out.
You didn't expect me to call out fucking Game Grumps.
I fucking forgot Game Grumps existed for a hot minute.
I didn't, because they always just fucking turn up on my fucking feed, and it's like, can you just not?
I think that's just you being bad.
It's not. Like I've literally blocked Game Grumps on Twitter, and I still see people tweeting towards them like, "Here's my Game Grumps fan art," and it's like, can you not? They're just two niggas that rando play video games. Stop. Bad.
What if, right? What if I get X-Forts onto a podcast episode and just start shit talking part 6 with them?
Oh my god!
Just to piss you off. I'd be down.
It would work. It would work really fucking hard.
That's
I remember one time my guy on the inside, Mokachi, was watching a stream of X-Forts playing All-Star Battle, and he said like, "Oh shit, he's gonna play All-Star Battle! Quickly get on your PS3," because I play that game in my spare time just because I think it's like, it's not at all good. I just appreciate the effort that went into it, the care, and like I was like, yo, nigga, if I could beat X-Forts on stream, I'd finally have a big penis. You know what I mean? I'd have that
Your
big car. You know what
would
I'm saying?
grow exponentially.
Oh God! I wish, but God, I fucking hate X-Forts. Killer Queen is not a Requiem stand. Let's get that fucking out of the way. You know why? Because Requiem stands weren't set up. They're bad.
I think you're working under the assumption that stands have any kind of consistency in how they function at all.
But by that logic, yeah, don't imply consistency where there isn't any. Don't try and link shit together. That's the main. Okay, can we just enter part 5 territory?
That's actually a good point. People trying to make these like game theory type JoJo theories when nothing adds up anyway.
Yeah,
that would be like MatPat, right? Making a video on it's like MatPat making a video on how fast Sonic can run. Except let's say in this new universe that speed does not equal distance over time all of the time. You just couldn't fucking do it. It would now be impossible. That's how it works in JoJo. Shit doesn't work, so stop trying to add shit up.
Yeah, for real. Whenever we're gonna break into the real reason why I'm here. I fucking hate part 5 with a fucking vengeance.
That's why I wanted to try and keep to the anime so that we didn't have a part 5 shits cast.
Well, see, that's what's coming though. Please, in the nearby future, check out my JoJo podcast. That I don't know what it's going to be called or anything about it yet, but I've said I'm going to do it, so you can bet that I'm not going to do it.
I'm theoretically going to be on it.
Theoretically, if you piss me off, you're fucking gone, mate.
I better not piss off the producer.
Oh, yeah, or I'll fucking molest you. Gonna have to. Me too. Topical comedy.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
humour. Not here. Oh, I dropped blue tack on the floor.
What were we even talking about?
How part 3's fucking gay? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. We've been talking about.
We fucking love Avdol.
Avdol is a gangster.
Avdol's a gangster, and not because he's a nigger. Like a real gangster ass nigger. But because he's just like the coolest guy. And then like he gets shot in the head. And everyone thinks and then he comes back with brain damage. Because he just starts pissing on people. And no one questions it. No one says like, Avdol, are you okay? They always just say like, Avdol's back from hospital. It's like, but he was shot in the head. It grazed, but his brain still would have been fucking jiggling around. Oh my god.
That just reminded me of something. If I wrote a story like Araki writes JoJo, it's not only that no one would read it, but people would fucking hate it and say that it's terrible.
Yes.
And yet everyone, including us, fucking love JoJo with a burning passion.
See, it's because JoJo has this incredible thing where it's fun and like nothing else is. It's on a level of fun that is unfuckwittable by any other media ever produced.
Yeah.
Like, apart from part 5. Boring and bad. Like, oh, here's a crispy segue.
God.
let me tell you about why Steven Universe is bad.
No, we're not doing this today. This is. I have to draw.
That is a TV show. That is not a podcast.
I went into this recording with the idea that we should have as many tangents as we like, and we shouldn't give a shit about what we talk about. But I'm drawing the line here. We are not talking about how much you fucking hate Steven Universe.
Please follow my Twitter account.
Cares.
Please follow my Twitter account for more rants about Steven Universe. Things of which you've already thought about. But I'm saying again, but with more niggers with the hard R. Good lord. Basically, my comparison was going to be, like, bad writing, inconsistent shit, but, like, JoJo is just, like, fun. Because whenever it's not, like, when it breaks its own rules, it's never really to the benefit of the characters. It's normally just to a benefit of the story.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you're with JoJo, rather than, like, Araki must have known the final fight was going to be bad. So rather in part 3, so he was like, let me just change everything. Let me just fuck with it. Because, like, I don't want to give people shit. I want to give them...
we were shit talking the part 3 fight. But the ending fight in part 3 is one of the most enjoyable things I've ever witnessed. It makes no fucking sense from the fact that they're fucking flying and that suddenly Jotaro can stop time. But honestly, it's so far off the deep end, I don't give a shit. It's like, just so fun to watch.
It literally doesn't matter. No one cares. Like, I like the final fight of the part 3 one, but I prefer the OVA's final fight. Because it's even more like... Yeah, because the OVA final fight is fucking off the wall. Like, Dio... Like, you know how in the final fight of part 3, Dio kills, like, one person?
Yeah.
Like, and then he, like, makes a guy eat a cat. Like, I don't know. That's some dumb shit. Like, when... In the OVA, like, Dio is shown, like, flicking people. Like, just moving his hand... He's putting his hand to push people out of the way, and he's just cutting them in half.
Yeah.
Like, he's that powerful. And then he'll run up with all of his might and punch Jotaro, and Star Platinum will come out and pass it off. And Dio screams at him, like, why aren't you dead? And Jotaro goes, I don't know! I'm really fucking scared. Like, it makes him really interesting. And there's this incredible bit where, like, I'm pretty sure Dio picks up and you never really get to see the world because Dio is powerful enough by himself. You don't need to see the world. Like, Dio picks up a tower and throws it to Jotaro with a tailspin. Yeah, so it's spinning around in the air, and like Jotaro like disappears, and you think like he's been hit by the fucking thing, and then Dio is riding because he managed to throw it and like jump back on it again, and then like he looks down and there's a window where he's sitting, and Jotaro pops up and he's paused time just to go inside the building and pops Dio on and fucking murks him. Ridiculous. It's just
my God.
It's so well animated as well.
Like, yeah, that's actually the thing that I've heard a lot about the OVA, is that it's surprisingly well animated.
It's fucking gorgeous. I managed to get a DVD of it in Japland, and they change a lot of shit as well, but it all makes sense. Like, the strength fight is bad, because why would they just send a fucking ape? Like
to be fair, the ape nearly wiped them. If it wasn't for Jotaro suddenly being able to extend his fucking finger, although he did that in Dark Blue Moon as well.
Yeah, but like,
you know,
it's still like, but that is bad writing. They managed to fix the writing whilst also make it fun, but it wasn't JoJo though. It wasn't like, it's very dark and murky, rather than very, like bright and like dumb shit's happening. But like instead of strength coming by himself, they get, like, the whole plane thing happens. It crashes, they'll, like, fall in the ocean. No Deep Blue Moon shit. Plane crashes, and then a boat comes. And they all get on the boat, and they walk into the main room, and Polnareff is sitting there, at a huge table, eating food. Yeah. And Polnareff's just like, what up, faggots, I'm gonna kill you. And then, like, he starts fighting them, and Avdol does the same shit he did in the original fight. Like, he sets them on fire. And then, Strength breaks free of his cage because Polnareff was keeping him in there so that he didn't try and kill Polnareff as well. He's just a fucking ape. Yeah. And he starts like so the fight with Jotaro and the fight with Polnareff are happening at the same time, and the pacing's really fucking good. It doesn't feel like a manga, it feels like a film. And then instead of Jotaro using Starfinger to kill the ape, I'm pretty sure they may even have set up Polnareff's like shooting the sword thing.
Right.
Because after goes to kill him, set him on, like leave him on fire, and then he doesn't attack him. Oh no, that's it. Rather than not attack him, I'm pretty sure he shoots the thing and it kills the orangutan, and then he's like, "You guys can go now." Like, the ape was not up to my fighting standard. He was not honoring the warrior. And then after I was like, "You're my nigger," and gets the fire off him. And then Kakuin's like, "Where do we go now?" And then they're like, "Egypt." And I'm pretty sure they just like go to Egypt after that. I don't know. I haven't. My OVA DVD only covers the Polnareff fight, but it's fucking fantastic. It's really good.
Yeah.
But the they changed some dumb shit though. Like Enyaba's not an old woman. Enyaba's really hot. Yeah,
what?
Enyaba's. You know the woman that has the stand that Joseph gets on his arm, the big mole thing.
Yeah.
They changed Enyaba to be that woman, but I'm pretty sure she still has justice.
Right.
Because they didn't want to draw an old woman, but she would have looked so much cooler in that art style. Because like the wrinkles would have looked really good animated. Like,
yeah,
it's nuts.
Something which I like about actually, if I always mispronounce the name, so I'll see if I can bring it up. It's hang on, is it this one? No. Yes. No. Yeah. Here we go. It's JoJo's got something which I've only really found in another show. It's one that you've almost definitely heard of. It's I'm gonna mispronounce his name as well because it's annoying. KingRui. It's the gambling one, the gambling high school one.
Yes, the one with the thought that likes getting jacking off to gambling.
Yeah,
yes, I haven't seen it, but I know of the waifu.
It's to me, it's got like a lot of like in terms of like its sense of style. It's got a lot in common with JoJo. There's one bit which I thought was fucking incredible, and it was really fucking hype, because it reminded me so much of fucking Joseph and Caesar. Yeah. Because you know how...
So it was bad then?
No, but you know how like Joseph and Caesar hate each other, but then when they're put into like a position of danger with each other, they fucking pose with each other, and it's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
They do that in this show as well, when there's these where there's this so there's the two girls. There's the main character and then the side character. And yes. The main character ruins the side character's life through gambling.
And does she gamble away all of her money or some shit? I guess
yeah. Well, in this high school, if you become indebted to people, yes. Then you're a lower class. Yeah, they can. You're like a lower class. You're like subhuman, and that's what this girl did to her. Not because she's like ill-minded or a cunt. It's just because that's how the gambling game worked. But anyway, but then they work together in this like very special like gambling session, which meant that the side character could get out of debt and like become like normal again. And so like even though like she fucked her over massively at the start, there's they do this whole fucking massive play shit, and it's amazing. And then they do this shot which is so fucking JoJo, where they're just like basically like lesbian hugging, doing this JoJo ass pose on each other, and it's just the most incredible shot. I love it so much.
Is it like the ones she does in the intro? Because I have been force fed the intro.
It's I'd say it's very stylish, like the intro.
Oh, okay.
It's I can't remember it resembling anything directly in the intro.
Yeah.
But it's very stylish, and I would very much recommend at least trying to watch the show.
I would love to. I just hate anime. Like, and I don't mean that in like a fucking weeaboos kind of thing. JoJo is the only one that I like. other than animes which are just boring, stupid, idiot animes for children, like Lucky Star and Watamote, like all people who love that are like, actually, it's really good. I know, that's why I like it, but it's like they just sit down and talk and do nothing. I love that. JoJo is the only one where I'll watch them fuck around and do whatever the fuck, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm on board. Actually, that and Assassination Classroom, those two, I couldn't get
into the anime. I couldn't get into it.
It looks weird. It doesn't feel like the author, because the author is the thing that carries Assassination Classroom. Like, if the guy who writes Assassination Classroom wasn't writing it, I would not care. Yeah. But it's because he's so like, he just oozes him in like everything he does, that I'm just like, oh yeah, that's what I like in anime. I like it when the author is very clear, like,
yeah, because that it's so present in JoJo, where it's like, this is 100% Araki and nothing else, and that like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword with the whole forgetting things, and sometimes very poor pacing and all sorts, but I'd still think that if it wasn't like that, then JoJo's would be a nothing series and no one would give a shit.
But what other like, I've actually looking at it, only the manga that I read have that shit in them. Like One Piece, up until the time skip, it's also like that. You can see the guy, like, you can see that he just loves fucking pirates. He fucking loves them. But that's like a thing you go through. It's like a phase. Yeah. Like, Araki went through the Mephisto and All-Star phase, and then he wrote it into the manga. Yeah. Like, the One Piece guy, he didn't change One Piece with him, and I think that's very clear. Like, I'm sure all the people that watch it later on love it, but, like, me seeing Luffy do third gear and dumb shit, like, that's literally like a stand ability. Like, the guy just likes JoJo, that's fine, but, like, make it less bad. Because, like, don't introduce... If you're not Araki, don't introduce something and then not use it. Don't reverse...
Only Araki's allowed to fuck up that hard.
Seriously, because he's the only one who can, like, get around it. And
like, he has so much experience of doing it.
Putting a gun in the first act, having it shoot in the second act, pass through someone in the second act, and then not die in the third act. Because the guy forgot the previous two acts. That is JoJo. And no one else can do that because no one else is that bad. But oh my god, yeah, that's why, like, I just found Bleach so boring. It's just like nothing happens and it's bad, and I'm sure a lot of people like love it, but it's just like, it's I'm just not gonna lie.
I don't think anyone above the age of 12 likes Bleach.
They do, though. That's the problem.
I don't think they do. I think that's a myth. I think it's like flat earthers. I've never actually seen a flat earther.
I'm going out with someone, and I'm related to those exact people.
Oh, God. Why do you do this to yourself?
I didn't fucking choose to have my cousin be a faggot. But he got me into anime, so he's kind of a double-edged sword there as well. He stabbed me while stabbing himself at the same time, and said, "Look at my eyes." And he gave me a hug, said everything's going to be okay. And then I got fat. It's all his fault. I refuse to believe anything else. Yeah, God. I just can't get into anime now. Like, everything, seriously, like, I don't want to do that anime meme of like, oh, everything looks the same, but oh, everything looks the same. Yeah. Like, same shit with Western cartoons now as well. Only Gumball isn't doing it.
A lot of you can even pin it down to like specific like studios and shit, like KyoAni.
Yeah,
God damn it, exactly the fucking same in so many shows, but I don't fucking care because I fucking love the art style, so I eat that shit up like fucking dinner. But I could see people having a problem with that, definitely.
Is it Hajimete no Gal-chan?
I don't fucking know what that is. That's a lot of Jap to me.
It's fucking the one with the big tittied thought, but she's actually like, her character is not. She's set up to be a thought, and then every time they set anything up, she knocks it down again. So like she's like a big weeaboo, but she's not like a fan service weeaboo. She just likes shonen manga a lot, but then she also likes to go out at night, but she doesn't do it too often because she gets tired really easily. Like, it's really well done, and it looks a lot different to, like, Lucky Star and everything else, because she's not a lolly. It's the only one where there's a big, thick girl, rather than, like, oh, it's a lolly with big boobs. It's like, that's not the same thing. Stop pretending. Also, I want to say that the only exposure I have to K-On! Is via Mr. Brongus, the fucking video maker formerly known as Laozu.
Hey.
Fucking taking me round Japan looking for some shitty K-On! Game for the PSP.
Oh my god.
Finding it, and then not having the fucking thing.
Wait. So we're going to talk about that, but we need to quickly save the first part of this audio recording, then we'll get back into this discussion about me finding the K-On! Game in Japan. And we're back in. So, we went to Japan. It was a pretty good trip.
I fucking loved it.
It was so good. It wasn't just like, oh, my anime.
I love Bleach and Naruto.
It was a genuinely lovely place to be.
Oh my god. The
anyway,
so
I discover. So I fucking love me some K-On! It's no secret. I fucking love me some.
It probably should
occasionally
be
playing
about
music.
50% secret, the amount that he loves it. But he refuses. Walks around with his big K-On! Dick out.
Anyway, so I discover that they made this K-On! PSP game that they only released in Japan. So I'm just like, and it's a rhythm game, and I love me some rhythm games, and I love the music for K-On! So I'm like, this is gonna be my jam. So my plan was to go out there and buy a copy, and so that I could play it on the plane ride back, because I discovered that on the plane ride there, planes are absolute hell when you have to be on them for 20 plus hours.
Not when you're reading JoJo.
My body was failing on that plane. I could not physically read. It was ass. It was
Neither
not
could
good.
I fucking brute forced it. My eyes were bleeding, but goddamn was Purple Haze feedback good.
Anyway, so if you don't know what Book Off is, it's the most wonderful. It's the most wonderful shop you will ever experience.
My fucking ovaries.
It's like the second-hand shop, except people in Japan actually care about their belongings, so everything's in decent quality.
Everything's so cheap.
So there's a bunch of cheap manga and like games and all this shit. So I'm doing the fucking tour de Nippon, looking at all these fucking book offs, right? I'm looking at so many book offs. Or I'm looking at every fucking one within like a 68-mile radius. I'm fucking like Lance Armstrong cycling through the streets,
using his own, filling himself back up with blood again. Going a bit
by
further.
that I mean I visited like 5 book offs, so still.
But they were
quite
fucking massive
lot.
though. So they
were
like,
big boy book offs.
They had like 5 levels, and each of those levels was like a fucking like a 7-Eleven size.
Yeah. So then, I couldn't fucking find this game. I went out on my own, like really like quite early in the morning when everyone was still like asleep and shit, just so I could have more time. Yeah, just so I could have fucking time to find this fucking video game. And I finally found this one book off. It had 2 copies. So I was like, yes. So I bought that shit. And then I went and I bought a PSP, and the PSP I bought had a broken button on it, so I had to go and buy another PSP, and I had to go buy chargers and battery pack. It was all this shit.
I got a free PSP out of it with a semi-broken button. That was pretty good.
But and then on like the final day of the trip or whatever, we're all fucking broke.
Oh,
like
God.
some of us were less broke than the others, but personally I was fucking out of it.
I was oh my God, I was emptied.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you know when you jack off in 5 days, like you jack off 5 times in a day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then by the end,
Completely
it's just like air and nothing else coming out. That's what it was like. Exactly. So I'm fucking and we find this new book off that was literally just a walk from our apartment the whole time.
Was so fucking good.
And that book off had the PS3 version of the game. Oh my god, I wanted to kill myself.
But
okay. It was alright.
I want to bring up that I had a plan going into Japan. I had one or two things I really wanted, and one of like a couple I wanted all of the JoJo games that they made. So I wanted the SNES one, the Phantom Blood one, and the
Part 5 one,
the Phantom Warrior one. So I got the Phantom Warrior one. The Phantom Blood one doesn't exist.
Yeah, we couldn't find it at all. And we didn't even get leads. It was nothing. We just got blank the entire way through.
This faggot fucking got the only copy of the SNES one we'd found, and I'm pretty sure it was in box as well.
Yep, in the box.
Fucking disgusting. What else? We found some art books, and every single time we found an art book, one of our friends would come over and show me the book. I would steal it from them, try and find the money. I wouldn't have it, and then I'd have to give it back to them, which is a cunty move. But when JoJo art's on the line, I don't care. Call me fucking Dio Brando. I am killing someone's dog. I want that art. I walked away with nothing. I walked away with a big Part 3 book, which I gave to my Papa Pop's Padre because he likes art. And he said he read it backwards, and it made more sense. And I was like, "Yep, that's JoJo," because it was the final fight of JoJo. So I was like, "Yep." So it starts off on Dio dying and ends at Terrence. Yeah, and the one
also JoJo things we bought actually. Speaking of art books, we tried to find some fucking JoJo pornography, which we kind of succeeded in. Not as much as I would have hoped personally.
There was so much
I
gay
blew
shit.
out. Yeah, there was a lot of gay shit.
I bought a lot of JoJo Part 6 fan books, expecting at least some level of pornography. One of them, Jolene has her nipples popping out. Like that, they are there, yeah, but you can't. They're obscured by shirt. Open it up, it's like a Red Riding Hood, but with JoJo. It's bad. And then I got like a bunch of fanzines, like Japanese ones, so they're good quality, and they're really, really, really good.
Yeah,
they really get why those parts are good, and like, they're fucking beautiful. I'm really glad I got them. But the one thing I really wanted to find in Japan was a little item known as Jolene Kujo Super Action Statue by Medicos.
Yeah, so basically
they don't exist.
If you're even somewhat aware of the of JoJo merchandise, you'll know of the SAS figures. In UK currency, like for like the lowest on like online, you'll usually find them sitting at about 40 quid for the more standard ones. Yeah, you can sometimes cop a deal, but you know most of the time it's about 40, I think.
Yeah, it is.
And but of course, if you go to Japan, they're going to be cheaper, innit?
It's 40 quid in yen, so it feels like less. But there were some that are like 90 quid. We're talking like White Snake, and so those were like off the chain. Like Part 4 Jotaro was fucking nuts. It was like 10,000 yen, which is. I got a Part 3 Blu-ray with all of the tarot cards and the Egyptian god cards. For 9,000 yen. Like, it's ridiculous that Jotaro was that much. But we found Jolene didn't exist. Every single story
we literally and like we got good at looking for SASs towards the end of that trip. We got like we like for like the first 80% of the trip, we did not have much luck at all trying to find SASs. We were very bad at it.
We found a couple, but they were really like they were off the chain expensive. They shouldn't have been that much. And in like the last final push, we found so many. Yeah, we found so many. It was nuts. Like I found, so basically we went to a shop the first day. We went on the first level, but then like it was very very packed. It was very cramped. So like some of us had to get out before like we had panic attacks because it was like fucking shitty. But then like we went back another day, We went up a couple more floors, and there was like a pre-owned figure store, and I found it like there were so many like they had like loads of Part 5 figures I didn't care about because Part 5 figures shit.
That was the K-Books, wasn't it?
I think it was the K-Books.
That was a great K-Books.
But it was like, and I found a special edition, summer limited edition Dio that came with a papercraft coffin. And the other day I went to cut some of it out, and then I was like, but then it's not mint condition, is it? I'm never going to sell it. But it's just that worry of, but is it worth its value anymore? So I put that back, but I've got my beautiful Dio on my stand. Yeah, so we found so many good shit. We also managed to find a shop that was like, it didn't have anything we wanted, but it had some random shit. Like it had Bad Company in a toy box, Bad Company branded stuff, a T-shirt series by Araki that had cats all over it, Kira's sandwich bag, and a sheer heart attack toy. I remember all of that because it was exactly when I ran out of money, so I couldn't buy any of it. But I was distressed.
Didn't it also had some Part 7 stuff, didn't it, as well?
Maybe?
I think it did, yeah. So like Part 7 stuff that we already had, I think. Or that you and Aiden already had, maybe. Maybe?
I think... this is the one that's like... That was like 8 stories tall.
Yeah.
There was some nutty shit in there. I think there was some Lucky Star stuff as well. But in Japan, you're not allowed to open shit until you buy it. So I could have been like fucked out of some money. Especially because I can't speak Japanese. So, yeah. But I found some quality shit. And we also got really good at saying the characters' names with like a Japanese dialect. So if you ever want to know how to say it, yeah, Jorin Kujo, Jotaro Kujo, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. I want to buy this big up Jotaro statue for my girlfriend because she fucking wants his dick. So I went up to the guy, and like I write down the number because it's how it works. You write down a number, and then they take you to the box, and you buy the thing. And the guy took me over, and was like, And I went, Jotaro. And he went, oh, Jotaro. And I was like, yeah, nigga, I said something in Japanese.
Oh my god.
That was a fucking brilliant...
That actually, slight tangent on similar to that. I got so happy at this one bit. It was reasonably early in the trip. It was when I bought my first figure. When we went to this random upstairs of like this clothing shop or whatever, and they had like a bunch of anime shit.
Some
JoJo stuff, and they had this like Love Live section because I'm a faggot, and I was freaking out, and like the assistant person, she was getting on in years as well. She was like
a good 40 years old, good 50 even.
No, 50, definitely 50, not 40.
Well,
I think she asked what character I liked best or something, or like I was like pointing out what I wanted or something like that, and I pointed to Maki, and then this fucking old woman was just like, Maki, and I was just like, my heart just melted. It was just like my heart has been cold and dead for years, but it just melted in that moment. It was beautiful.
I can one up you with old Japanese women's stories. So basically,
oh my god, you can.
Every single day we walked past this bookshop, and I thought it was like a newspaper, like nothing really in there. And then, like, on, like, the second to last day, I was like, what the fuck is in there? Because whenever I walk past, there's an old angry man that looks at me, and I look inside, and there's nothing there. So one time I went in, and they just had JoJo, like, wall-to-wall JoJo. They had, like, every manga going. And it was all, like, quite a nice price as well. Like, it wasn't, like, it was brand new, so they weren't, like, selling it cheaper, but it was, like, it was standard price. Yeah. And, so I was looking through it, and I had our friend Mokushi there with us, and he was telling me, like, I was like, which is X stand fight in? And he was like, that one. So I bought it. And then I got to the stand. I got to the cashier thing. Stando! And, but it was just this quality old Japanese woman. And
old Japanese woman.
She was so fucking lovely. If she had said, in any form of English, grandma, I would have just said yes. Please just be my grandmother. You are incredible. I was using a phone to learn Japanese while I was there, like, to learn some stuff. So she said, like, like, how old are you? And I managed to like piece together like 17, like 18 because I was 18 at the point.
Yeah.
So I was saying like, so we managed to, despite neither of us talking each other's language, we managed to have a conversation, and it was fucking fantastic. And like, and I remember at one point, like, I put the product down on the table, and she went, Juichi Tanyen, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, shrugged, like, and then said like, oh fuck, what's the Japanese word for sorry? Oh, it's completely gone out of my head.
Sumimasen?
Yeah, I was like, sumimasen. And she went,
Excuse me, man-sen.
Excuse me, man-sen. We managed to get...
So it's not... No, yeah, that's not sumimasen then. It's fucking... What's sorry?
Oh, no.
Shit, I don't fucking know, dude.
I'm pretty sure they mean the same... I'm pretty sure sumimasen is excuse me and sorry.
Probably.
Yeah. And we, like, she asked me how old I was, so I wrote down, like, 18, because I couldn't remember how to say 18. And then I'm pretty sure she asked me where I was from, and I knew the words for USA, but I didn't know UK, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But like, she asked me, I think she asked me if I was studying, and I was like, no, like, I'm not studying, I'm just here to buy manga. And like, and we spent the whole time just looking at each other and laughing because it was really funny, and she was quality, and I want to go back before she dies because she was old as fuck. And the worst bit is, I left like the part, basically that Part 8 book I bought. I bought a Morio book, which I did a bunch of drawings of all of our stand designs in, because it was just like, it was fun. Morio book stand designs. And like a bunch of other stuff. And I left it in a plastic bag, and my fucking girlfriend told me not to do some shit that I do to remember where all my stuff is. She told me not to do it, so I didn't do it. Left it all on the plane. So this beautiful memory I have of this quality old woman is destroyed. Destroyed by Vietnam Airlines. Burnt to shreds. Probably all of my artwork as well. Gone. Gone to the fucking abyss of fire. Oh my god.
This just sounds like it's just like a silly anecdote, but that old woman is legitimately the thing you're hung up about the most about when it comes to Japan.
Seriously, like, if you ask me like what was the best bit, it was like, find that old woman. She was so cool. Like, like seeing like a big Godzilla over top of a building, yeah, that was like, it was Japan. But that was what I wanted. Like, I wanted to meet Japanese people and talk to them, and like, also that radical woman, like, it started like torrentially raining.
Oh yeah.
Like, Brongus and I were walking along, and we had like nothing. We were just getting soaked, and some woman runs up behind us with an umbrella in a hand over above her head, and then hands Brongus an umbrella, and then just like nods, and we were like, oh, arigatou gozaimasu. And she just like she just like nods with her eyes closed and walks away, and we popped up her umbrella, but in Vietnam, unless you could put the umbrella in your suitcase, you had to throw it away. So we had to throw the umbrella away. It was really sad. But like, so many, like, we haven't got any proof that any of these quality interactions happened, but they did, and it was great.
We're really bad at taking photos, we realised.
Yeah, we got a couple.
We just didn't do it. Yeah, we got a couple. We just didn't do it nearly as much as we should have.
I got a couple of videos of us in the flat. I flash bombed our friend Cassius. He was walking around at night, and I quickly took a picture of him. And his reaction times were incredible. He managed to squat in the ground, hiding his face. It looks like a fucking like horror film.
It looks like a serial killer's photo. Like, you see those pictures, like those Reddit threads, where it's like serial killer photographs of like their victim, the last known photos of their victims before they were murdered. It's like this low quality. There's like this just dude cowering in a fucking corner, squatting with his hands in front of his face, in his fucking underwear, and that's it.
Bright high contrast light.
Yeah.
Illuminating his hand and his boxes. The funniest fucking thing. And we managed to get a bunch of them, but that was the most comedy one. Was him fucking squatting down.
Something that you said earlier, which reminded me of something, is when you were trying to talk to the old Japanese lady.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about like that trip and like trying to communicate to people is that shrug, but not the shrug of I don't know what's happening, but the shrug of I don't know what's happening, but I'm having a fucking great time knowing what's going on.
Yeah, it was great.
It's just this mix of just like shrugging and just like the happiest face in the world.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So good. What were some other good interactions we had? Like,
oh
The people at 7-Eleven were quality. They were really nice. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're paid to smile, but they were still like nice to talk to. They helped us a lot. Like I remember one time I just stood in front. I just like walked up to the counter, and then she just looked at me like eyes, head forward, neck drooping, and put her arm out. And I was like, and then I saw there was a queue, and I just apologized to everyone in the shop. Like I was, oh my
got
god,
the PA system. I'm sorry.
excuse me, ma sen. No. The worst thing that happened was, like, so the first shop we went into was Kotobukiya bookstore, and they had some good ass CDs. Why I remember that, no idea, but good ass shop. And so I was walking around, and I had my headphones in because I was like, I am like autistic with music. I listen to it all the time, and I just stopped in front of this thing. And then one of my friends like shouts out, "Louis, move!" And I was like, "What the fuck?" Turn around, but because I turned around and moved, I fucking whack this guy, like, full like I may as well have just like fucking auraed him directly into a fucking wall, and he fell into a sign, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, fucking gracious!" Like I bowed 8 million times, and it wasn't like a racist like, oh, they do that in anime kind of thing. It was like a genuine reaction of like, oh my fucking god, I'm so fucking sorry. And the guy just got up and like nodded his head down and like went upstairs, and I felt so fucking shit. I felt so bad, and everyone was like, "Oh, Lou, you should have been paying attention." I was like, I did, I paid too much attention. Fucking idiots. But yeah.
Being in England, we're not used to people riding bikes.
Yeah.
Because you can probably, buy a car that's about to die here for fucking nothing.
Cheap as chips.
And
it wouldn't cost that much to run.
Exactly. And yeah, all that. But like a bunch of people ride bikes over there, so like we're not used to actually having to be aware on the pavement. But like that was the thing we struggled with constantly, is trying to call each other out as being like, there are bikes and we're in the way constantly.
See, it wasn't that we specifically were struggling with it. It's that our friends just were not getting the hang of it. It was like, stand to one side of the road all the time and the bikes will pass and nothing will happen. Could not comprehend it. It was walk wherever I want to go. When a bike comes, I'll jump out the way. Like, my girlfriend was she was completely fucking. She was furious at the bike. Like, they aren't riding bikes properly. It's like, you were in the way. Like, you are standing in fuck off nowhere in a country you do not understand. Do not say they are riding the bike wrong when you have not been here before. Like, but Japan. Also, another thing. One bizarre thing about Japan was the architecture. Buildings were designed fucking fantastically. Like, where we were, it was quite loads of flats and shit. And there was like a good like block of flats. Barbie house. Block of flats. It was like baby blue with like pink doors and pink windows and shit. And it was like, what the fuck? And it wasn't like a pop-up cafe. It was just some dude's house. And he wanted it to be baby blue. And it was like, okay. Like, that's fucking nuts. That's great. Like, I really appreciated how Japan loved cute shit. Speaking of cute shit, let's talk about something that isn't cute. And that's the amount of Mackie figures.
Oh my god.
My pal Brongus here managed to not only buy and get home.
I bought 27 figurines
Jesus
of anime
Christ.
characters in Japan and got them all home without any noticeable damage, or any damage that I've noticed at all. I bought a lot of Mackie figures, a lot of Love Live figures in general, quite a few K-On! Figures, a lot of JoJo stuff, the good shit, some miscellaneous stuff here and there.
I managed to get everything home without a scratch. I did some wacky shit to get them back. I had, like, Brongus bought bubble wrap.
Yeah.
I, however, was wrapping all my figures up in, like, underwear that I'd worn and shirts that stank like sweat. Because Japan's a hot fucking country, and our washing machine was just in Japanese. There was nothing else we could have done. Yeah, so I was sitting there wrapping everything up. Got everything home. Everything's fine. Get to university. Here for a couple of weeks. Put my Avdol up. Yeah. Also, I want to mention one thing about my SASs. Everyone else, I'm sure, has had a perfect purchase with all of them. None of the stands I bought work. I don't mean the psychic. I mean like not the abilities. I mean like the things that keep them up. None of them work. They're all broken. They're all dodgy in some regard. Whilst our friend Mokachi, he bought all of Part 5. All of their stands are fine. And at one point he said, "Do you want one of mine?" I said like, No, you can have yours. I was wrong. I should have said I wanted one of his. Mine are awful. My weather report broke hard. But yeah, my Avdol, I walked out of my room, went to lesson, came back, had a little... Came back in, and I found some broken bits of Avdol's coat. But there was no, like, obvious wound. There was nothing where it was. And I was like... I just put it on my desk, like, if I can't see the wound, I'm not going to look for it, because then, like, I'm not going to notice it.
Yeah.
So, having all this fun. Glance over at Avdol. His fucking coat is missing. Like, just a small section of his nigger-ass coat. And now I've got to go back and buy another fucking Avdol. Like, I just have the worst luck with shit.
Jesus Christ.
My shit always breaks.
The thing about me transporting my huge amount of figurines is that, like, I put, like, 3 of my figurines in my luggage case that went, like, through, like, the fucking whatever. Just, like, the fact that none of that broke is a fucking mystery to me. That, the laws of physics, there's a law, like...
Did not apply
fucking
that day.
Newton said, I'm sure, at one fucking point, there's going to be a guy called Brongus who's going to try putting some shit in a suitcase, shit's going to break. It's just going to happen.
A Nika statue fell on his head and he said, "No, hang on a minute. Now this shit."
But then, right, then what that left me with was a bag, a rucksack, filled with 25-ish, 24-ish anime figurines, all bubble wrapped up. It looks like I look like from an X-ray perspective, I look like the most incompetent drug smuggler there has ever been. But I didn't have a single fucking problem at all. I have no idea how I got away with that. No one.
Real quick, 40 minutes ago, Rice Pirate Mick just uploaded the t-shirt design for he fixed it and he didn't put oh my shit and
yeah, he actually fixed it ages ago.
Thank fuck. Yeah, I know he did, but I didn't know if he was going to stick with it because he was really for that. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, as I was saying, like, I went through we didn't go through London terminal stuff, did we? Oh, did we? I don't think we did.
I think we did.
But yeah, we might have. But like, I went through fucking London airports, Vietnam's communist-looking ass airports. That shit was scary. That shit was not cool.
It was the Vietnam airports. Yeah, were scary at the beginning, and the moment you get into like where everyone sits, yeah,
lovely, absolutely
Popeyes
lovely.
Chicken, perfectly clean, toilets amazing. Give me food. Sorry, I burped. Fuck you.
Yeah, Vietnam's airports, once you get past the, oh my god, these motherfuckers look like Just Cause 2 enemies. Once you get past that, and you actually get into like the bit where with the food and the view of the mountains and all the mist and everything, it's lovely and great. It's a great airport. It's just fucking terrifying.
God, I just saw an incredibly wrong tweet. Jotaro is my favourite JoJo, but Joseph is better than... What the fuck? That person isn't a JoJo. Idiot.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's just a wrong tweet. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
It's just a tweet. Someone's written like... Oh, they're just being faggots. Okay, Joseph, yeah? They wrote the Japanese... Joseph, yeah? Josuke 8, Josuke 4, Jonathan Jotaro, Jolene, Johnny Gyro, Jono, yeah?
Yeah.
They put Johnny next to Jono and Jolene next to Jono. What the fuck? Who the fuck puts Joseph first? He cheated on his wife. Bad person. Bad JoJo. Incorrect. Idiot. God.
I think we've completely lost the plot, but that's completely okay, and I'm down.
But
This is exactly how I envisioned it going, and I'm happy. I'm quite happy with this. We literally just spent the past half an hour talking about
half an hour.
Japan. Yeah,
hour and a half. Not hour and a half. Just short of an hour. Just short of 2 hours. We started recording at 8, nigga.
No. I'm saying talking exclusively about our trip to Japan.
Oh God, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But maybe there is something still uncovered about the JoJo anime we can talk about. I guess.
Maybe. Let's think. Yes, let's get back to the original topic that I managed to bump us off of by accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 4. Let's
Right.
just talk about Part 4.
Okay.
Because Part 4 is a fucking magical mess. And I love it.
Kira is the best villain ever.
I think he's the one where the Araki's patented villain TM worked. Where weird thing that they do, time-based power and killing animal. But even then, Kira killed an animal by accident and then picked it back up again and went, you know what, I'm gonna put this in me. Fucking complete. I don't even understand how the fuck that's supposed to work. Because he put the fucking stray cat in Killer Queen.
Yeah.
But people can see Stray Cat, but they can't see Killer Queen. So was Stray Cat just floating around behind Kira? What the fuck? Some dumb shit. But yeah, I some of my favourite minor characters are all from Part 4 because they're all just written so nicely. Tonio, I really love cooking.
So good. I love
Tonio makes me. Whenever I think of cooking, I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm Tonio. I'm fucking Tonio. And Araki could have fucked Yukiko up as well, but he did a good job with Yukiko as well.
Yeah.
I do not like Rohan. I think he's a cunt. I think a lot of the time his cuntiness can be excused, but it's the fact that it isn't sometimes, which is what annoys me. It's you know when a fucking Koichi and Reimi are talking to Rohan, and Rohan's like, I don't love you, Reimi, and it's like, nigga, she's about to pass on to the afterlife. Just tell her something nice. You're never gonna see this ghost thought again. Also, everyone's just gonna ignore the fact that he killed an innocent man. He just he just murked a guy because he couldn't stand the fact that he couldn't know something about someone.
That was a great stand fight, by the way.
It's a good stand fight. I think I figured out this is a strange contender, but I think Boy to Man is my favourite stand fight. Which no one remembers. It's the Rochambeau kid.
Yeah, I like that stand fight.
No. Janken!
Yeah.
Good stand fight. Because I love the fact that it begins the trend of Araki's work, which is Heaven's Door doesn't work. Because ever since that one stand fight, Heaven's Door just hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Name one thing he's done where Heaven's Door hasn't either not worked or backfired massively, or both.
That is true.
Bites the Dust fight. Literally just got him killed. Again, he could not know something, so he got himself killed. He didn't learn anything.
It does. I guess that is explained by his character, though.
It is
at least.
But
it's not just Araki failing to write a character in that Rohan's just fucking doing this shit. I guess it is explained at least.
It makes sense from a character perspective, but it also it's annoying from a real world perspective.
Yeah.
If I met a nigga who jumped into a bear trap and nearly died, don't do that. He's but I fucking love jumping at bear traps. Stop doing it. If you did it again, I would just let him die. People always say, people in the argument against who's better, Josuke versus Rohan, oh, Josuke set Rohan's house on fire. Incorrect. Rohan let his own house get caught on fire, then blamed it on Josuke because he was too retarded and too focused on dice to look up and smell the smoke. Smell what the fucking rock was cooking. Idiot. Fucking
Anyway, back
dummy.
to Kira.
Ooh, what a guy.
I think keep in mind that I've only seen or read parts 1 to 6. I think Kira is the most well thought out and most well written character in JoJo. Well, not character, major villain in JoJo so far.
See,
to me,
I can talk about Valentine because I've done it a lot without spoiling it. Like, Valentine is the villain from part 7.
yeah,
And he's written so well as a character that at points you forget he's a villain. Like, you forget that he's not even. It feels like Araki was going for, he's not a villain. He just has a different opinion on the world than Johnny.
yeah,
Which is fucking incredible. And then Araki was like, oh, this is terrible for, like, a shonen manga. So then, like, he would just, like, in a conversation, Valentine would be like, I think X, Y, and Z about my country. Also, I hate poor people. And it's like, excuse me? Why does he think that he was poor at one point? What the fuck is this? What is this nonsense? But, like, that was more of like a Araki just didn't. Part 7's like got a weird tinge of Araki not believing in himself enough as a writer, which is very frustrating because he's very good. He just doesn't believe that he is. I don't think. Like part 8, he's gotten better at that, and he's like really going for it. But part 7, man, there's some bits I disagree with, but overall, it's a fucking fantastic part. But oh my god, Kira is fucking fantastic.
yeah. Because like, if you compare like Kira and Dio, right? If you look at Dio, I will always think that Dio is a fantastic villain. Not because he's like deep or 3-dimensional or anything like that. It's just he is so 2-dimensional. And the push to his extremes.
He's
so
evil
much.
and he loves it. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, exactly. It's that thing where it's just he's the most over the top, just maniacal villain
Cunt.
ever. And it's incredible and hilarious and amazing to watch, and I love it. But Kira is so much more like just like nuanced, and like he has like shit going on. Like he's got because like he saves his fake wife at one point. So it's just like I wish Araki kind of pushed that a bit further.
Yeah.
And like actually made that into like a proper internal conflict with him instead of it just being like what it was.
Yeah, like a one-off thing that he did.
Yeah, but like, Kira is just so much like I guess it's more like a less is more kind of thing where he isn't going around throwing
Murking
buildings
people.
at Jotaro.
Yeah,
it's like
Good Lord.
isn't that? It's just like him, like in that when he needs to change his face and he's just like peace. And he legs it because he's just like, I'm fucking outie. I'm out.
He has absolutely no honor. Like,
Yeah.
he literally he's just a businessman that has a thing for hands and killing people and has a stand. And
He's
he is
ready
exactly
he
what you would
tapped
think.
out as soon as he could. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm a go back to the drawing board on this one, boys.
Only thing that's bad about Kira is that it seems that Araki forgot that he had written that he'd been managing to kill people for like 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
How? He did everything. He left everything. He killed Shigechi in plain sight. He could have said like, she could have waited for Shigechi to go in and be like, "There's a serial killer in the town. He's over here," and then when he touched the doorknob again, then blown him up.
Yeah.
No one would have seen him. But instead, he just looks through the window and goes, "You've already touched the doorknob," and then like fucking blows the fucking dude up. It's like, what are you doing? Go home. Run away. You're a serial killer, not a fucking main villain.
Do you think that Kira getting a stand was kind of like a writer moving from a typewriter to a laptop? Just like, wow, this is a lot more of a convenient way to do my job.
Really fucking efficient. Like,
God bless this new technology.
God damn, this
killing people
cat
is so much
bomb
more
stand.
efficient.
Like, oh god.
I also love the idea that just luck is on the side of him. Just as a thing.
Fucking good.
I love that. Like a lot of like the big no-nos, I guess, in writing is just like shit happening on coincidence, because that's just lame. But when you work it into Kira in that, just like he is just a naturally extremely lucky guy, and that's a problem that they have to deal with. That's great. I like it.
See, like, coincidence is bad if it's for the main character. Like, if the character gets into trouble because of a coincidence, that's perfect. If the character gets out of trouble because of a coincidence, that's bad.
Fucking so gay.
That's why, like, I really like that when, like, in part 4, Kira has fuck ton of luck. Part 5, the guy's just good. Does it. Doesn't need anything else. And then, like, in other chapters, they're lucky, but they haven't got Kira's God-given sense of nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
Nigga literally unlocked the ability to rewind time for the... Can you imagine if you had, like, an ability that was, like, every time I fuck up editing a video, I rewind time, remembering what I did to fuck up, but I didn't waste the time.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, and he just got that for free. Like, he didn't do anything other than bite his nails a bit. Ridiculous. What a cunt. Yeah, Killer Queen's a fantastic stand.
Yeah.
As well.
I think like something that annoys me is like when people like when people like say that like bites the dust is like ridiculously overly convenient. It's like did you miss the part where his first ability is that he can disintegrate people with no fucking trace, and he's a serial killer, and it's a detective shit, right? And then they're like, so we've worked it out. Kira can't really kill people from a distance. We can use this to call her. Oh fuck! Okay, now he can kill people from a distance, and there's nothing he can do. It literally has no fucking weakness.
Now he can beat them from a distance in 4 dimensions.
Yeah,
he can beat them from far away and from ages ago. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
It's like the Dio thing of being completely over the top, but in such a cool and unique way. I love it.
Again, it's that perfect JoJo thing of like. It's over the top. But
in no other facet would the Kira luck work.
Yeah.
But it works in JoJo really well.
Like,
could you just fucking imagine if you're just like watching like the new Star Wars or whatever, and it's just like
that big fuck off old dude just like rewinded time,
and Rey is just like, actually, my main Force ability is that it seeks out people called Kylo Ren and fucking kills them. It's like, that shit wouldn't fly.
My stand ability. Plot armor. I win. I fucking win. That's my fucking guy. Like, God, Kira is good. And I like that a lot. Now, I've got some problems with part 4 as well, there.
Yeah. Chuck them at me.
I do not like the hot... Even Araki said this. Like, he wished he had set more time up to push Kira as a villain. Like, you'd seen him more around town, rather than he nearly runs Koichi over, and then he runs the windows down, looks at them like he's a serial killer, and drives away. Like, it's like, what the fuck? I guess that's our main villain, then. Like, for comparison, I am 70 chapters into part 8. I don't know who the villain is. I have no clue.
Everyone fucking loves part 8, and no one knows who the villain is. It's great.
Like,
apparently.
we have an idea, but I could be so wrong, it would blow my mind. It would make me feel weak as a person if I chose any of them and stuck to it. Because I know I'd be wrong. I wouldn't even be so shocked if you just threw in some rando, like I've been on 4chan, people are saying like I've given ideas to like him throwing in a rando character, but I think they're forgetting that it's not part 3 anymore. Like he's improved a lot, which is upsetting that people still like that bad shit. But oh well, people have different opinions. I don't like that.
Something that I don't really like about part 4 is that the D'Angelo fight. Well, D'Angelo as a character is just kind of like, what? Why are we doing this?
The rapey
It seems
kid.
like it just seems kind of inconsequential to the plot. It was a great the fight itself was great as a way to learn about how Josuke uses his stand and all of that. I think Josuke really shined in that fight. But apart from that, it's just kind of like, and from a narrative standpoint, what the fuck are we doing this for?
Well, it is explained. It's the reason why Jotaro's in the town. It's the reason why he's there. It's to find a serial killer with the stand. Like it makes sense. It's the fact that it didn't lead on from it led on from.
Then again, that could have just been Kira.
Well, that's. I don't think it would have worked if it was if they were looking for Kira, because it would have been a bit too Because the whole point of a serial killer, if you don't know who he is, if we had known from the get-go, it would have been really fucking shit. I think it was a good idea that he did it. They're like, oh, I got my stand from this guy who stabbed me with an arrow. That guy got that arrow from Dio. Linking back to the last part, that's good. So then someone else steals the arrow. He stabbed a bunch of people with it. But then that doesn't lead on to Kira. Kira just appears.
Yeah.
And it tells that there are 2 other arrows. That one he stabbed his son Kira with, and it's bad. That's the pacing for part 4 is like the fucking pacing between Pokemon Gen 4. I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's a fucking good video. It's bad. The pacing is really shit. I have this theory that Araki wrote the first 3 parts because Shonen, and then to catch up with the times, he tried to write something new, and he loved it so much he didn't want to give it up. So that's why the whole Atom Heart Father thing happens, because that stupid fucking dad in the photograph and he stabs people is so dumb, but it leads way to such good stand fights Superfly and fucking Superfly and goddammit, Boy to Man. Boys to Men even. I wish that if they had got rid of that and instead it was Kira had stabbed a tree, a bonsai tree that he kept in his flat, and that was the photograph thing, and it was some dumb shit. So we didn't have Ghost Dad flying in photo, really bad. No fucking clue what he was on.
Do you know what I think an underrated fight is in part 4 that I don't see get talked about as much as I think it should be? I can never remember his name, but the guy who can turn people into paper.
Oh, Enigma.
Yeah, I love that fight so much.
I don't like that stand fight because it was very... The resolution didn't really make any sense. Because it was oh no, Koichi's paper. Oh no, Josuke's mum is paper. Josuke gets turned into paper, but he drags himself back out and says he's going to fuck him up. And then Highway Star gets his redemption arc. But his redemption is that he gets turned into paper, and then he gets back out of it again. And it's what the fuck was the point? Why was his redemption arc not going to get Rohan or some shit? Because Rohan draws paper. Why not have Rohan draw a piece of paper and then a drawing comes out and beats the shit out of people? I don't fucking know. Anything other than, whoops, the stand ability stopped working for a second. So the Josuke could come out.
Although, all I have to say for myself is, when Josuke came out of that paper and punched that guy, I needed to change my underwear 3 fucking times.
Oh my god.
That shit was fucking hype.
Do you understand how much celery I had to eat to get back all the cum that was lost?
Is that a thing, celery?
Yes. Have you not seen the Incredible 4chan post detailing how to get maximum cummies?
I think you sent it to me once, but I didn't quite read it all through to the extent of remembering celery.
I have read it many
apparently.
a time. It turns out I don't need it. I don't need it. But
I don't need it.
What's another really good sound? I really like fuck, the little faggot kid, the not Shigechi, the Surface, the one with like puppet Josuke.
Oh, him,
I
yeah.
think that stand fight is fucking great because it teaches you all about the different characters and how they all interact. Like how Koichi and I love that fucking Koichi gets like punched through a wall and is dying, and Josuke's like, Koichi, you did so well, and he's like, thanks, Josuke, heal me, you fucking faggot. And Josuke's like, oh yeah, sure. Like, God. Also, I don't think I've mentioned this. Josuke is like the best character ever. I fucking love him. I think he represents everything good about every JoJo, and like apart from Jonah, everything good.
He's not a
about,
JoJo. He's a Geo.
Yeah. Oh God, he's a fucking Brando. Is what he is. He's a cunt. I think he also just represents the part the best as well. Because Jonathan doesn't really represent the part. He feels like he doesn't match the world that he's in. Joseph's just kind of like, he doesn't. The part's really serious and he's fucking around, which is still fun. But like, part 3, JoJo's bad. Part 3 is bad. So yeah, that makes sense. But part 4, Josuke isn't even the main character. Josuke is just like this lovely little 17-year-old boy doing his best to have fun with all of his friends, and people keep trying to kill him. and whenever he's on the line, he doesn't seem to care, but whenever anyone else is on the line, he immediately just smacks their shit in, and he's a good role model, and I love him. I want to kiss his dick and suck him off. I've got a little, on my desk right here, I've got, all off to the side, Purple Haze, Tusk, Soft and Wet, Stone Free, but then just in front of everything else, quality little Josuke that I use for reference whenever I draw Josuke, which is a lot of the time. Yeah, Josuke is a fucking fantastic character, and people who don't like him are faggots.
Speaking of figures, I'm really hoping that the K-On! Figures I bought recently come in generic Amazon packaging.
No,
because
they're gonna come ribbon laced with weeaboo on the front with cum stains in the box.
Because you know how because like sometimes when you buy from like certain sellers, shit doesn't actually like come in Amazon packaging. It like one time I don't remember what I bought. I bought something, but it was literally just the box of the thing with an address taped onto it. And
Jesus Christ.
That fucking terrified me because it's like now I can't buy any honor holes. That's out of the question now.
They don't do that, trust me. I have bought a dick pump before. So a waste of money.
Yeah, I really don't want to go up to the fucking counter at my halls of residence and just be like, yeah, I'm expecting I think you guys have a package for me, and they're like, oh yeah, and just bring out these fucking anime figurines. And I have to fucking carry them under my shirt when I'm going back to my fucking rooms, like hoping no one sees me.
Jesus Christ. I've bought many figures. I bought a Fugo and a good couple of Part 6 things, and they've been completely in incognito, so you're fine. Yeah.
We should probably start wrapping this shit up because it's almost 2 hours now.
I'll wrap you up in a box and send you to my fucking dick, faggot. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Is your dick so big it has its own fucking zip code? What the fuck is... What?
No, it's so small they forgot to mark it on a map. Ergo, it's private property. And it's a mini country. So you have to have a... Let's just stop this.
Yeah, this has gone even more off the rails.
Even worse than ever possibly thought.
That was good.
Just anyway.
Yeah. Nah, I gotta plug Twitters and shit, innit?
Oh, gosh.
How this shit works. I'm fucking Slightly Brongus. I'm a fucking gay cowboy at Slightly Brongus. This is Louis at KingRui _yo.
Yeah, I do drawings. If you want me to do you a drawing, I'm good at it. I promise. Send me money and I'll do it.
If you're watching this on YouTube, there's gonna be like a fucking on-screen shit and in description and all that shit.
If you're not, how are you watching it?
Well, it's probably gonna be like on like SoundCloud or some shit. I don't fucking.
Ugh.
I haven't really thought this shit through. If I'm gonna be.
Are you gonna give people your mixtape? It's gonna be this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking fire.
God, imagine finding like a rap music producer and be like, "Yo, check out my mixtape," and just give him like a, give him like
fucking
a
2 hour long
like a,
JoJo.
give him a JoJo's podcast. Like, get back to me.
Don't worry, I'll call you.
Sweet Jesus. Shall I tease the next episode? I don't know what the next episode is. Sure. I theoretically the next episode is going to be the anime of My Hero Academia. Boku no Hero Academia for all you Japanese fans out there.
For all those people up in Tokyo. Coming at you live with Deku.
Yeah, that should be hot coming out next week, maybe with someone that we mentioned earlier, Mokachi. So hopefully that'll be lit if I can get around to recording that at some point. But yeah,
I've only read the manga and I got bored of it very quickly.
So fucking gay. It's so good.
It's all right. You just like it because you want to fuck the frog.